Welcome back. I missed you last week, but here we are. We're back at it. Last week was a super exciting week. I took the week off because we finally launched Money Mindset Academy for her, something that has been in the works for a good 9 months. So I have been working on this project, this online digital portal academy, along with an intensive workbook and a manifesting money ritual that goes along with it for quite some time. And so many of you have been eagerly waiting, patiently waiting for the day to come when I finally say it's here, it's live, it's launched. So last week I had some work to do to dive in and finish up some behind the scenes work in order to make that your reality. And I am so excited to say that it is finally live. It has launched. We've got our first set of students going through, and I have an incredible launch promotion going on right now. So today, that's what I'm going to celebrate and talk to you about. We're going to talk all about Money Mindset Academy, what it entails, and what it means to be a student of the Academy. So, for those of you who have been around here for quite some time, you know that when I talk about money, I teach on the energetics behind money. So I am not your financial advisor where I'm going to tell you to invest here and, do this with your money and do that with your money. That's not the type of teachings that you're going to get over here. What I am about is the energetics behind earning money. So for those of you who love or are intrigued about law of attraction, manifesting, all that kind of stuff that some may consider woo-woo, you guys are my people. And that's what I teach when it comes to money, because everything is energy. Whether we believe it or not, our thoughts and our feelings are energy that reside on a vibration. And what we are experiencing right now in our lives is 100% due to what you are thinking about or what you have thought about most dominantly for the past, I don't know, however, whatever thoughts are on repeat and replay in your mind, whether they're limiting or they're abundant. Your life is a reflection of your inner dialogue. And that's what I teach. Because money's no different. Money is also energy. And just how you can manipulate your life, your feelings, and just how you can attract abundant circumstances in your life and have the law of attraction work for you, you can do the same for money. I don't know if you guys have ever thought about using that towards money. And that's exactly what I teach in the Academy. So today, hang tight till the end of this episode, because I am going to give you the launch promotion that I have running right now, which will be the lowest price you'll ever see this course launched at, the lowest price that you'll ever see it offered at, and a couple awesome bonuses that I'm throwing in, which I'll talk about at the end of this episode. But first, I'm going to go through what's involved in the Academy. Right now, as it stands, the Academy has 8 modules. The cool thing about being a student of mine is you get lifetime access. And I am on a lifelong journey as we stand. So as I continue to learn and implement things in my life, of course, I'm going to share them with you and upload them into the Academy. And every single thing that I teach in the Academy isn't just something that I've, knowledge that I've gathered or something that I've picked up on along the way. It's all stuff that I have been through myself applied in my own life and seen results from. So it's not like I went to school for this and I accumulated a bunch of knowledge and I'm just passing it along. It is tangible steps. It is things, experiences, lessons, and exercises that have applied in my own life. So, which makes it so much easier to be able to teach you because I've lived it. So if you're in a spot right now where you're stuck and you're struggling to pay bills and you keep accumulating debt, maybe you had a windfall of money and you paid it off and you accumulated more debt and you're just wondering why money is just never working for you. It doesn't matter how much more you make, you're still kind of just scraping by at the end of the month. I get you. I've been you. And I know how to help you. Okay, so let's dive in. So the first and foundational module in the academy is self-image. Okay, self-image. If you listen to the previous podcast episode that I launched a few weeks ago, we talked all about this. It's the foundation of everything. How you show up, as an employee, how you show up as a spouse, as a mother, and how you deal with money. It's all related. Now, self-image has nothing to do with your outer appearance. Has nothing to do with your looks. It has all to do with your personal perception of yourself through your mind's eye view. So, majority of us have a limiting self-image. Okay? We have maybe been conditioned growing up. Maybe we are mimicking a parent that didn't have a strong self-image, and we pick up on all these traits, right? If you have a strong self-image, amazing. Keep up the incredible work. You have a strong, solid foundation to move forward. Keep listening for what other modules are coming. If you have a self-image that's limiting and you're doubting yourself and you're second-guessing yourself, it's okay. I've got the tools, the lessons, and the exercises in the academy to help you strengthen that. Strengthening your self-image isn't going to happen overnight, but with the right guidance, the right exercises, and the right knowledge and lessons, you can hands down rebuild and rewrite and recreate a totally new self-image. Again, nothing to do with your appearance, all to do with your perception of yourself. Okay, this is something that I did. Early on in my journey. My self-image was in the negative, like zero self-confidence, none altogether. It's no wonder I wasn't making strides or taking risks or being confident with money because my foundation wasn't solid. So once you have a strong self-image, self-perception of yourself, you can start building the blocks on top of that and move forward. So that brings me to module number 2. Module number 2 is we go in and we talk about the foundational principles. The foundational principles behind the energetics of money. Again, all this stuff that I'm teaching, you can apply to other areas of your life because when you're speaking about the energetics of things, that's applied to not just money, but relationships and how you show up. So we talk about how everything is energy in module 2. And I really take you in and uncover the secret behind the law of attraction, which is actually a secondary law. The law of vibration is the primary law. And what that means is that everything has a certain vibration. Every emotion that you admit, every feeling resides on a vibration. Or it gives off a vibration, and resides on a frequency. So in module 2, we go in and we talk about how everything is energy, how thoughts create things, how a thought creates a feeling, and that feeling creates a vibration, which resides on a frequency. So there's a whole slew of emotions that reside on a lower frequency. And if you are feeling those lower frequency, those lower vibrational emotions, dominantly throughout the day, it's no wonder that you're getting those same experiences back. So in lesson 2, we go into a ton of LOA, which is law of attraction stuff, and we talk about how and get familiar with the emotions that you're feeling. Okay. And then on top of that, I give you a whole slew of exercises when it comes to your money to really uncover the emotions you're holding around money. Each module builds upon itself. I give you tangible little steps to mold and create and work through. And then in the next module, I give you more to grow and create through. And we just keep building upon that to by the time you're at the end of the course, you're ready to move forward to finally have the law of attraction work for you if it has never worked for you in the past. Okay. The law of attraction isn't just sitting on your couch and thinking about things and like having them magically show up. I'm sorry, it just does not work that way. If you don't uncover all this gunk inside that is holding you back, it's going to be really hard to manifest. Okay, so after that, we go into module 3, which is watch your language. Okay, we've learned how to monitor your thoughts and, really keep your feelings in check and your emotions in check when it comes to money. Now we have to really analyze and we have to be intentional about what you speak about in terms of money. So I give you some examples on, phrases that we throw around quite often, like say your kids come to you and they want to go somewhere. They'd like this trip or have that. And you promptly say to them, I can't afford that. You are reaffirming that that there's lack. You can't afford it. You don't have it, right? So what I teach you is to be really intentional about the words you use when it comes to money. So I give you examples for all these most commonly limiting phrases around money. So instead of saying we can't afford it, just say, not right now. Simple as that. Okay? It's really important. It's the power of the spoken word. Even if you really physically cannot afford it in this state, this time right here, I'm going to encourage you to still refrain from using that phrase and simply just say not right now. Watching my language was one of the very, very first things that I did on my money mindset journey, and it made a huge difference. So I have you get really intentional about your language and how you speak about your lack. Because remember, each module is working through to build you up to create the life you desire. So module 4, we dive right into money blocks. You may or may not have heard of money blocks. You may not be aware of them. Maybe you are. There are numerous different money blocks. Some that are very, very common, and then some that are less common. I go through the most common money blocks and how to work through them, see them from a different lens, because they really are just beliefs that we've picked up either from parents or society or wherever. I don't know, you could have picked it up wherever and it's became a belief. You've heard it so often, you've been so conditioned to it that it became a solid belief. And what I teach you in the course, in the academy, is that you could create your own belief system by overriding the old. So we walk through the money blocks. I have you look at them with a new lens so that you can then say, okay, yes, I can let go of that money block and move forward. When you work through money blocks, you're going to notice things are going to flow more at ease. You're not going to be in that hustle and grind. You're not going to be in that worry state of where that next paycheck's going to come from. You're going to flow more at ease. Module 5, we go into debt. Because debt is one of the most common themes that I hear from students. The constant worry, the struggle, the stress around debt. So module 5, we dive in and we look at that, and I have you dissect your debt from an energetic standpoint. I have you look at triggers. I have you look at the lessons that you learned. I have you change your perspective on it so that then you can go into module 6, which is forgive and flow. Not forgiving yourself for past money mishaps or money traumas or money experiences. Have you ever found yourself saying, if I hadn't spent my money on that, my life would look totally different today. I wouldn't have that much debt. If you find yourself saying that, you have a money trauma that you need to forgive. So by going in and having you uncover your triggers in module 5, you're better prepared to move on to module 6, which is forgive and flow. And not forgiving yourself is a huge money block. Massive. So I go in and I teach you how to forgive yourself or others if need be, so you can then move past that block, unclog the drain, and allow flow to happen. Forgiveness was my second last block that I had to work through. And it was probably one of the most profound blocks that I unclogged, because I held on to shame, guilt, resentment around my debt for a good decade until I couldn't do it anymore. And I forgave myself. There's many different ways that you can forgive yourself. I'm not going to go into that today, but I'm telling you that within 2 or 3 months after truly doing what I needed to do to forgive myself for that debt, opportunities were presented to me and the floodgates literally opened. Not even 2 to 3 months after. That is the energetics behind money. Okay, so we do that in module 6. We go in and we want to really clear out all those guilts, those feelings that you're feeling, shame, guilt, resentment, which takes us back to module 2 when we talk about the emotions. Those are all lower vibrating emotions. So you can see how each module builds off the next. So for module 6, we jump into module 7, which is ready to receive. In order for you to flow with the energetics of money, you must be open to receiving. And you're probably sitting there going, well, of course I'm open to receiving. I write my goal every day. Of course I want it to come true. But how you do one thing in life is how you do all things. I'm going to ask you, how well do you receive compliments? Do you reply with a simple thank you? Or do you fluff it off and say, oh, these old pants? No. How well do you do when someone takes you out for coffee and offers to pay for your meal? Do you simply just allow and say thank you? Or are you chasing them down, saying, take my money, like, no, let me pay? How well do you accept offers of help? Or are you too independent and it's very hard for you to accept offers of help? If you feel uncomfortable receiving in any of those scenarios that I just spoke about, you may have trouble with this money block, because receiving or lack of receiving, not being open to receiving, is another money block in itself. So we really dive into why it's hard for people to receive and how to work through that. Because the law of giving, receiving states that you must give and receive. And we all know you probably love giving. Who doesn't love giving gifts? It's the receiving part that's hard. And how we do one thing in life, we do all things. So are you truly open to receiving? That could be a block right there. And this could be an aha moment for you right now, as I just spoke about that. Okay, so we dive in and we talk about that. Module 8, Manifesting 101. I take you through my daily routine on how to use the law of attraction. Now that you've been able to work through all these modules, including the building the foundation for your self-image, money blocks, working through why you accumulate debt, forgiving yourself, getting yourself ready and open to receiving, we are now ready to manifest, and we are now ready to build out and craft out your ideal income. your ideal salary. So I give you my daily routine. I teach you how to do it. We talk about visualization, talk about gratitude. We have you create an income goal card, because if you don't know where you're going, you can't go there. Talk about driving out to the end of your driveway. If you don't know where you're going, you could go left, you could go right, you could be driving around the world until you know where you're going. So we get super clear on how much it is you want to earn. And then action. Action is key. I will never tell you that you just have to sit and think positive. Not going to happen. There's so much more that goes into it. And that's why I feel so many people get frustrated when they try to work on their mindset and quote unquote think positive and attract abundance and manifest, but nothing happens. That's why. There's a little bit more that goes into it than just sitting on your couch and wishing. Okay? So that's everything that we go through. You get the workbook. So the workbook comes jam-packed with pen to paper exercises, because that is where the magic happens. You can accumulate all the knowledge you want. You can watch all the YouTube videos you want. But if you don't do the tangible exercises and put pen to paper to really work through the inner stuff that's going on inside, chances are your results aren't going to be as favorable. Okay, so it's really important to have the tangible exercises. So here's the promo that's going on in the Academy right now. It's on for another 7 days. When you enroll in the Academy this week, till July 31st, you are going to get $500 off your enrollment. Plus, you are going to get 2 workbooks, print it and bind it and mailed to you. The one workbook that has all the exercises, the written exercises that go with the module lessons. Plus, you're going to get my money manifesting ritual. Both of those will be printed, bind it, and mailed to you. That offer is on until July 31st. Starting in August, the course will go up to full price. The workbooks will be available for students, but as a digital format, and you will be in charge of printing off yourself. Okay? So that, in a nutshell, is Money Mindset Academy for her. And I can't wait to welcome all you new students, and I can't wait to celebrate all the massive shifts that you're going to take and move forward with by simply learning, of course you're going to be earning, learning the energetics around money. So thanks for checking out this episode. If you want more information on the Academy, just head over to my Instagram account. The handle is in the show notes below, but all you have to do is go to the link in my bio over on Instagram. It's courtney.donaldson.inc. And all the information's right there. You can sign up on the spot. We get you welcomed into the Academy, the private Facebook group, and your workbooks will be on their way to you. I hope to see you in there, and we'll see you next week.